Gaining experience in all genres of photography is a tricky one. In order to get hired to do work, you need to have work. So where do you actually start? Well, today I'm going to talk about 5 ways that you can gain experience as a photographer. As always, guys, before I get into things, don't forget to check out my online store at justinmott.com, where you can find presets that will not make you a better photographer, but they will add some pop to your images. I also sell prints with free shipping worldwide, starting as low as $99. They make great wall art, something I need behind me, and they also make great gifts. I also have one-on-one online sessions for all levels of photographers interested in all genres of photography. Anyone out there that's interested in taking your photography to the next level. I have packages that start as low as $99 for 1 hour. I've got a bunch of other educational packages out there. Again, check all that out at justinmott.com. So how do you get experience as a photographer? How do you build that body of work that you want to get hired to do if you need that body of work in order to get hired to do it? It's kind of a catch-22. It's a tricky one. I've always said this and I'll continue to say it. Go out there and shoot the work that you want to get paid to shoot. So make that happen. And here are a couple ways to do that. Okay, the first way to get experience, go and offer your services as a second shooter or as a third shooter for a wedding photographer, even if you have zero interest in working in that field. You're gonna say, why do I need to go waste my time, go work a hard, long day taking pictures and then have no use for those pictures later on? First of all, you never know. So having that body of work from weddings will help you get hired later on as a second shooter, especially for those out there that might wanna dabble in it part-time. Also, even if you have zero interest at all, shooting a wedding will give you that experience of what it's like to work as a professional photographer. Weddings kind of have it all. Throughout the course of the day, you'll be shooting under pressure, you'll be shooting candid shots, you'll be shooting portrait shots, you'll be shooting details. You will be building tools that will help you in all genres of photography throughout your entire career. So that experience of working in a professional atmosphere under that kind of pressure is invaluable. So offer your services. If you have no experience or your friend doesn't have a budget to hire you as a second shooter, go and offer yourself as a third shooter and offer yourself to work for free. And a lot of you are going to say, oh, you're always preaching to get paid for your work. How can you do this? How can you undercut the market? Listen, there are situations where you should go out there and work for free. I'm not saying all the time. If you have experience, yes, of course, get paid for it. If you have zero experience and you went to your friend, they didn't come to you, but you want that experience, listen, it's going to be work for them as well. They're going to be teaching you throughout the course of the day, especially if you have zero experience. So forget all that nonsense about not working for free. In this situation in particular, it's worth it because you will get a lot of experience and you'll learn what it's like to work in a professional atmosphere. So if you can, yes, get paid, but if you can't, still offer your services. And I'm sure down the line, you'll get hired if you are any good. I'm sure your friend, if you do a great job, they'll either kick you some money after the shoot, some will, some won't, or they'll get you work later on. The second way you can gain experience as a photographer is to go rent a studio and execute a concept. So give it some thought, think about what you're trying to do, have a concept in mind, whether that be a fashion shoot, a conceptual art shoot, a product shoot, anything along those lines. If you don't have the money early on for all the equipment, you don't have the money to build your own studio, go and rent one. But before you do that, have a plan. Think about what you're trying to get hired to do and start to build that body of work. Start again to build that work that you want to get hired to shoot. Use that time to build that work. Use that time to also experiment and to try new things. You will get new work out of it. You'll also get the experience of working in a studio. Again, even if it's not something you want to do full time, being versatile as a photographer will help you get work later on. So getting that experience, getting that practice, learning how to do studio lighting, and learning how to work in a studio atmosphere, it will pay off later on. The next way you can gain experience as a photographer is to do an internship. I don't really care what age you're at. If you're reinventing yourself later in life, still go and try and do an internship. You will learn so much, especially if you pick a good photographer to intern for. You don't necessarily have to intern for someone in the exact field you want to go into, but ask around, do a little research, see if this person is good at teaching. Go go and intern for someone that's actually getting a lot of work, that's a great sign right there. If they're not getting a lot of work, you're probably not going to learn the right skills from them. But if you are interning for a photographer who is busy in whatever field they're in and whatever field that you're interested in, trust me, it will be worth it, because outside of shooting, you will learn so much that you can't learn anywhere else. You'll learn about professionalism, you'll learn about marketing, you'll learn about what it takes to run a business, you'll learn about what it's like to treat yourself like a business. What do you do when you're not shooting? All those skills are invaluable, and it's a great way to learn them from somebody else. So try to find someone that's successful. And if you're a photographer out there that really is hiring an intern to do like an assistant's job, something that you would normally pay someone, you're trying to get free work, yeah, I see something a little bit wrong with that. But if you're a photographer who's not putting it out there that you need an intern, and someone's coming to you and you don't really have a position or a budget for them, and they really want to work maybe part-time for you, get some experience, then I see nothing wrong with that. I know people will fuss and debate about it, but listen, I've had people come to me where I already had an intern and they wanted to come in and work for me as well, and I didn't really have anything for them to do that I really needed them to do, but they wanted to shadow, they wanted to get the experience. And I said, fine, come along. And of course, eventually I got them paid work. And in the end, I actually got them work that they probably wouldn't get for a long, long time if it wasn't for me. So you're welcome. So interning, yes, try to do it. Again, if you can afford to do it for free with someone that you really think that you're gonna learn from and you're doing it part-time while you're doing other things, go for it. If you can't afford to do that, then yes, try to find a paid internship. And if you're a photographer out there looking to have an intern that's replacing a paid job, then yes, that's wrong. But all the other situations that I explained, I see nothing wrong with it. The next way you can gain experience as a photographer is to give yourself a story, give yourself a long-term project. Now you can start with just giving yourself weekly assignments. Allot some time every single week to go out and shoot. Be disciplined about it. If you're in school and you're working full time and you really only have like a couple days a week or one day a week, fine, but make sure that during that time you go out and shoot. Like for example, every Saturday morning, get up at 6 o'clock and go and shoot until 8 a.m. and just focus on one subject, focus on one area, or every week give yourself an assignment, or better yet, participate in my weekly assignment challenge. That's just a little plug there. You don't have to do that, but I give out an assignment every single week. It's just good practice. It gives you good reps. It forces you to shoot, and it forces you to shoot things that you might not normally shoot. And that's what professional photography is all about. Sorry, you don't always get to shoot what you love. You don't always get to pick and choose what you get to shoot. So participate in my weekly assignment challenge, or give yourself a weekly assignment challenge. Start with that and then work your way towards a personal project or towards a theme. Just get out there and do it every single week. Put some time aside and work on your theme, work on your assignment, or work on your personal project. And the last way to gain experience as a photographer is to take a photography trip only. Take a trip with purpose. For many of you out there, this is going to mean different things, and it's going to depend on your budget. But if you can save up, especially early on in your career, rather than going on a vacation, go on a photography vacation, but treat it like you are a professional photographer. Wherever you want to go, whatever your interest is, you know, for some of you out there, that might mean going off and doing a deep story somewhere. For other people out there, that might just mean going to an exotic location and shooting travel images. That's okay too. Go for a minimum of a week if you can afford to, but really treat that entire trip as if you are a professional photographer. Go out there and put full days in shooting. Again, whether you're doing a deep story, whether you're just shooting a theme, or whether you're just shooting general travel images, go out and shoot every single day. Go and travel alone if that's possible. And every single morning, wake up, head out, shoot, take a small break in the afternoon, go back out there and shoot every single day. Don't be a tourist when you go on this trip. Be a photographer. Slow down every single picture you take. Do it with purpose. Do your research ahead of time and shoot different things every day and experiment with your photography. The biggest mistake I see people make, especially amateur photographers or photographers just starting out in their career, the one time they go to an exotic location, they go to India, they come to Vietnam, they really take boring shots because they're so interested. Everything is so new, and they just kind of take pictures without purpose, and they think they're so good because it's different. They're not good. Pictures aren't good just because they're different because you're in an exotic location. So really, really slow down, put some thought into your images, treat that entire trip as if you are a professional photographer. That means shooting every single day, sun up to sundown, looking at your images constantly. And this will also be a great experience and a great trial run to see if this is a career that you want to do. Because after day 4 or day 5, if you're bored, if you're tired, if you're not into it anymore, then this isn't going to be the career for you, because this should be your most amazing trip. And this will be some of the best kind of shooting that you will probably do in your entire career, with the exception of working on your personal work, because often working as a professional photographer, you're not going out there and shooting with the freedom to shoot whatever you want every single day. So if you're bored or you're annoyed or you're just not into it after a couple days, probably a good sign that a career as a photographer isn't for you. And on the flip side, if you're really enjoying it, if you're having a great time, then it's a great sign. You know, it shows that you're really passionate about this. It shows that this is something you might want to pursue. And then hopefully in the end, you'll have a lot of new images. Again, hopefully not those cliche travel shots. Hopefully you'll have some images with meaning, some images with moments, some images with depth. That's what you should be striving for. So take that trip, the experience and the images that you get. I promise you, especially if you go into the field of photography, it will be worth the money that you spend. So that's all for today, guys. Again, don't forget to check out my online store at justinmott.com. Don't forget to participate in my weekly assignment challenge, which I announce the theme every single Friday on YouTube at 9 p.m. Vietnam time. We also have a great weekly prize of a free preset, and then a year-end prize of a free Wotancraft pilot bag. Check out the affiliate link in the description box below. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate, ask me in the comments section. Thank you guys for tuning in today. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.